Well, good morning, my wonderful friends. Another glorious day. Just pulled up to work, made it on time today. Whoop, whoop. Even though I left the house a little tiny bit late, the roads were super clear. It was a little foggy out, but it was actually really clear driving. Didn't get stuck behind anyone, so a freaking men. So yeah, got a little bit of a good rest last night actually, even though I had a hard time actually falling asleep. But once I did fall asleep, like I pretty much stayed asleep, which was really good. So yeah, I think I look pretty dang good today. Like look at that, all bright-eyed and stuff. And got a new pair of pants in the mail. Yes, I had to break down and get another pair of pants because the two pair of maternity jeans that I ordered a couple months ago, well, guess what? They don't fit anymore. They're too tight. They're too snug on my belly. So yeah, broke down, got a new pair. Nothing crazy, just, just some jeans. So I'm feeling much more comfortable and relaxed. And later this afternoon, I actually have to go speak with our HR to see about like what all like the maternity leave entails and like expectations and all of that good stuff, because guess what, we're right there. We're right at the precipice of where I need to start like getting things in place. So yeah, next weekend is the baby shower. I'm excited to get that done with because we haven't bought anything for baby. We haven't bought anything at all. The only things that I have are things that have been gifted to us so far because of my more really wonderful friends. And we just didn't want to go out and start spending all this money on stuff because we weren't sure what we may be gifted. And not that I'm like relying on these gifts to have everything that we need, but like I don't want someone to buy us like a car seat, for example, and then we go out and spend, $200 on a car seat. So it's better to just kind of see, what we're working with, and we can finally start getting baby's nursery together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. A lot of work to be done because right now, like the guest room as it is, it's a catch-all. It's a catch-all for stuff. Like I've got like our art supplies in there, and I've got like totes and totes and totes of like clothes that I cannot fit into, and we've got the vacuum in there, and yeah, things like that. So yeah, gotta get that in order, get it ready. Even though I am planning on having baby stay in our room for a while anyway, but she does need to have a nursery where she's got her clothes and her things, and maybe during the day, like we can lay her down for a nap in there and stuff. So yeah, we're moving along. And also really good news, guys. So I had my 30-week ultrasound yesterday. I'm like 30 and a half weeks actually. My appointments are a little bit pushed back because apparently there was a huge influx of pregnant women. So appointments are tough. Appointments are tough in general. Actually, let me go back here for 2 seconds. I actually got a notification from my dentist for like my 6-month cleaning or whatever, which is actually past due because they are so scheduled out, and they have me scheduled for the 21st. Well, guess what? That's when my 32-week appointment is, and that's more important than going to get my teeth cleaned. And the next time they can get me in is October, and I'm an established patient there. Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. But anyway, so appointment yesterday, holy Lord, guys, it went so well. Like what an absolute massive relief. Like baby is in the 65th percentile, so she's like right where she should be growth wise. 3 pounds, I think, like 13 ounces, something like that. So not too big, not too small. That was something that they were, wanting to monitor, and this is why I'm getting like extra stuff, I guess, is because she's got that single umbilical artery, which is it's supposed to have 2, so that could make her small. And then there's that blood sugar thing where, if I'm gestational diabetic, then she could be too big, but she's neither. She's perfect. They looked at her heart, they looked at her brain, they looked at like all of her limbs and stuff, and yeah, she looks amazing. And they actually got to show me her in 3D, which was amazing. Brought a freaking tear to my eye. And yeah, she's beautiful. She definitely looks like her daddy, which is really exciting for me. So I am just absolutely pleased. And then also, the doctor was talking to me because they were like, well, your sugar was a little bit on the high side. We want you to do this 3-hour test. And I told her, I was like, I'm not doing it. And explained like, this is my thoughts on it, this is my feelings, and I've made diet changes, which I have. I'm like low to no sugar, avoiding like sucrose if at all possible, you know, fruits, vegetables, no cheeseburgers. Like, I do give myself like a cheat day, but like, yeah, I've just really buckled down. Oat bread, brown rice, which I don't like. Like, yeah, like I'm eating all this stuff, and I'm also trying to like be a little bit more active too. Like, I do have a medicine ball that I will occasionally sit on and, you know, do like rotations and stuff. And also, like, when we go to the grocery store, like, I'm in there for maybe an hour or so, walking around the whole time. Like, that's really draining. And then, like, for example, I think Saturday, Mo and I like cleaned up our house really good. And so, I mean, like, we for hours we're cleaning, moving things, doing stuff. So I'm just trying to be a little bit more active. And the doctor was like, yeah, she's like, you know, you're doing all the stuff that you need to do. She said there's a lot of people who have really big feelings on the gestational diabetes. She's like, but it sounds like you're doing everything that you need to do. And baby, you know, with all this extra monitoring, she's looking really good. She's doing great so far. So we'll just keep monitoring. And if there's any concerns, then we'll see it. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel seen, heard, understanding, and also helping me feel like some relief, because I was like, I don't want to worry about every little teeny tiny thing, because that's all that this whole process like seems to like push you towards, especially as a new mother, is like just worry about every little tiny thing, and like it's stressful. So I was really happy that she basically agreed with me that everything is good and I don't need to sweat it at this point. So yeah, I got a couple months to go, and yeah, she's gonna be here, and I'm scared. I'm really scared about many things. Giving birth, very scared about that. Once she's here, what's gonna happen with my job? How are we gonna take care of her? Like, there's all these things that I know we're gonna figure out when we get there, but the uncertainty of not knowing is a little bit of a load to bear. And, you know, finding like an established place, because, you know, we're basically in an apartment. You know, we can't live here forever, and we're literally setting our money on fire and throwing it away. We have no equity. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but we're excited and we're moving along. Anyway, that was a lot of word vomiting. Thanks for listening. As always, you guys are wonderful. I hope you're having a fantastic week. I'm trying to get some stuff going on. It's been slow and quiet here so far. Nothing super promising, so love to get something in. That would be great to get at least one thing in this week. Like, start off the year real right, but, you know, I'm not gonna stress about it. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Really appreciate when you do that. I'll talk to you again real soon, okay? Bye-bye.